How are you doing? Yesterday was a pretty fun day. Went down to Fresno. Interviewed a legend, somebody who's been investing in Fresno since the early '90s. Hopefully, we'll load that video later today. He was a lot of fun. Was actually a professional baseball player for the Oakland A's back in the day. So that was really fun to talk to him. Great experience. Talked about how it all started, what happened in '07, '08, the crash, what's he doing now, opportunity zones. Just a true gem of an individual, and he's doing lots of things to help the youth in Fresno now. So I'll get that video up. Also did a walkthrough of the hub, there on Van Ness in Fresno. So that was a bunch of fun. Saw a couple of projects and just had a good old time. So it was a lot of fun. So back to today's news. The biggest question I have for you is why in the heck is the Fed lowering rates? Has something changed, right? My experience is when the Fed steps in, something's going wrong with the economy. We're either just starting or in a recession or something. And, looking at the headline economic news today, employment is up, right? Added 125,000 jobs. Consumers are still spending, right? Growth was 1.9%, just shy of the 2% mark. And, I don't know about you, but, that little 1/10 of a percent, I could blame on GM and UAW strike. I'm sure that region of a whole was not spending the last month like they normally do for obvious reasons. So, uh, why why is the Fed cutting? And be clear, I think the Fed's going to cut. I think they're going to cut a quarter. I think they've telegraphed it to the market. I just don't know why, right? Why are we taking away the little margin of safety we have and using it now? It seems foolish to me, right? Again, employment up better than expected, growth up, consumers are still spending, UAW and GM strike done, trade war seemingly still, right, after 2.5 weeks, still going on a decent path. I would see roadblocks being removed. So, could the Fed decide not to cut today? Sure. That would shock the market. That would that would be interesting to watch. Again, I'm sitting here this morning fully expecting them to cut. I don't think Powell and the Fed have the guts to not cut, but I think they should. I don't think they should cut, but I think they will if that makes sense, right? I don't think they should, but I think they will. Yeah. And maybe it's all about the dollar. Maybe the piece I'm not giving enough credence to is the dollar is so strong in the world today because Europe's negative, Asia's not growing. So maybe it's the U.S. dollar's just too strong and impacting, having an impact that maybe I'm not used to seeing out there. So that's interesting. But again, why is the Fed cutting is the real topic of today. I'd love to hear from you. Why do you think? Actually, let's do this. Do you think the Fed should cut today? Yes or no? Leave the comments below. And if you do it early, we can see how we all do before the Fed actually announces, because I think they announce at 1 o'clock today. So that's interesting. The other thing I saw today is the U.S. Treasury is gearing up to issue 50-year bonds. Wow, 50-year bonds. Frankly, I'm shocked it's not 100-year bonds for this reason, right? Rates are so low, and people are seeking, I don't know, security or some kind of return, and we have so much debt that financing debt at 50 years or 100 years might be one way around all these huge interest payments. So it's interesting. 50 years, maybe the entree to a 100-year bond in the near future. So look out for that. And then one earnings announcement looked like Grubhub got just crushed. It's down 40%, weak top line, bottom line. And I thought it was interesting that Goldman Sachs had it as one of their top picks. And they issued kind of a mea culpa this morning saying, whoops, got that one wrong. I always think it's interesting when Wall Street does that. So again, today I think it's all about the Fed rate cut. I think the economy is, at least by the numbers, looking pretty good. Not doing so well. Reading a text from someone. Yeah, I think they're. Oh, so you want them to cut? All right, Millennial Mike. I think they're going to cut too. And maybe it's all about the U.S. dollar and trade partners and things of that nature. So, maybe that's something that historically speaking, I didn't watch out for, and maybe it's a big deal today. So that'd be cool. And again, 50-year bonds, lower rates, makes total sense. Grubhub got crushed. Goldman apologizing. In the end, just wanted to once again remind everyone that we're doing a couple of events in Fresno. If you happen to be in California or the Bay Area, on November 9th, we're going to do a free education, wholesaling, flipping, buy and hold. And then, of course, the open house that I've been waiting to do at the hub there on Van Ness. All right, everybody. Again, is the Fed going to lower? Yes or no? And if you want, tell me why. I'd love to interact with you. Leave some comments below. That's what I got for this morning. It's all about the Fed and what they do. Have a wonderful day. Take care.